All right, welcome back everybody to Empyrion Galactic Survival. I'm Know-It-All DM. How's everybody doing today? I'm doing great, hanging out with Fractal. How you doing?
I'm good.
So between last episode and now, we built a shuttle for me, so I don't have to commandeer Cap's shuttle. We docked Cap's out there, and so now we've got 3 assault craft. Mine doesn't currently have ammunition, but we're not really going to be using it for fighting just yet. And if we did, I'll just, commandeer Cap's ammunition while he's not here. So, but today we're going to go out on a second cruise. This one is going to be a shorter one. We're going to be going to Ryler Beta Station, and we're going to be looking for the Zascosium asteroid. So it'll be very similar to last episode where we went to Kapal and got a restroom, but now we're going to get Zascosium. And the reason we're trying to get these higher levels of resources is because I have a ship that it's a level 20 ship, but it's size class 14, and it is the huge IDK Overlord. And what it is it's basically a large capital vessel that I kept it within the 7,500 CPU, even though that's not enforced yet. But I wanted to see what I could do while doing that, and I made it in the same design style that I've been using for this multiplayer, so the Andromeda can dock on its back, and it looks cool and everything. So I'm excited to see what you guys think about it. But right now, we're going to go out, we're going to get some Zascosium, and we're going to have a little bit of fun.
Having seen it before, and trust me, it's cool.
So, all right, I'm ready for our second cruise. Ready when you are.
Good to go.
Flight systems activated, docking engaged, and we have liftoff. Little forward, little up, and we are out of here.
Very clean, yeah.
Docking off. Let's set our coordinates in our map. Ryler Beta Station, locked on target. Now, Ryler Beta Station is probably a Polaris admin base, so we're going to want to try to steer clear of the actual base. Warp engaged in 3, 2, 1.
That wormhole needs to be animated.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
And then BBC will sue because it's like Doctor Who.
I don't know if you've ever played Freelancer, but they had a really cool animated wormhole jump.
Oh, yeah? No, I never played that.
All right, so we are in this sector. It says it's Ryler Beta Station, but I don't see a station or anything, but it's probably around here somewhere.
You have to, like, I think I've been here before, or a station like this, because there's no asteroid field. So you have to fly blindly, and it'll just pop up.
And it could have a Xerax base, it could have a Polaris base, or it could have both. So
could be alien.
Say what?
It could be alien.
Well, there aren't any real alien bases anymore.
Well, if they're like infested, like the miner vessel.
Right, but they don't actually have those yet, as far as I am aware. Okay, so I think this is a decent area to slow down and stop, turn off the flight systems, and just head out in our shuttles and look for this Zascosium asteroid.
No gravity.
Yep, gravity activated.
There we go. Okay, I'm not sure what flight pattern we should use.
I'm just going to set a few waypoints on the map and head towards them. So waypoint removable on approaches. And I'm just going to start heading towards whatever closest ones I put, and sort of like a grid type pattern. But since they're all basically at the same height level, we're going to have to do like 2 separate height levels. And I'm keeping the docking on to save a little bit of fuel.
Me too. Yeah, it says I got 30 minutes.
I've got 164 minutes.
Oh, I got 18% fuel. That's better. I have no air. Uh-oh.
There's oxygen.
Yeah, I should be fine. I still got air on my suit.
Yeah, there is oxygen on the bullet too, so if you need that as well.
Okay, when I come back around, I'll pick up air.
Whoa, hold on. I was placing the waypoints and I look behind me and I see an asteroid.
Nice. Which one?
I think it was Zascosium, but I don't know. I'm heading back towards where I was. There it is. It looks like Zascosium. It's either Zascosium or neodymium, and I don't think there's neodymium in this place.
Iron or silicon or Zas?
Oh yeah, it's definitely Zascosium. So that's what we were looking for. I'm heading back to the bullet.
Okay.
I would start looking around where that Zascosium asteroid was, because a lot of times, you know, that's a good indicator of where things might be.
Yeah.
All right, I'm coming back up on the bullet.
Okay, I'll meet you at the Zascosium.
If you want to keep searching around while I start mining this thing.
That's what I was thinking. That's why I'm heading to the Zascosium. I'll search from that point.
Yeah, and then you can come back to the bullet, because there might be more other Zascosiums than just this one. And if we can mine out 2 or 3 asteroids, you know, we'll have more than enough Zascosium for the Overlord.
Oh yeah. Found something.
What you got?
I don't know yet. I just see it looks like a turd in space. Iron.
We don't need it. Mark it anyway so we know where it is, so we don't, you know, go, oh, what is this again?
Oh, found something else. This one looks like copper, just from looking at it. Nope, it's more Zascosium.
Mark it. Because if we can get 2 asteroids as Zascosium, if we can get about 3,000 to 4,000 ore, we'll be more than set. I can't wait till they add Nebula to the game. You know, like, and all they would have to do is make it another large space object like the asteroid fields are, and just have it, you know, a large cloud that you can go through that would, you know, just block visibility and all. And then you could combine that with asteroids for a really interesting you know, like interesting thing, going through a nebula trying to find your way, and then you hit the asteroid field and there's, you know, space stations inside of it. And I would have it so that like nebula create a larger drag on the engine, so you use more, sort of like the atmosphere does of a planet,
but more than that,
so that you use more more fuel while going through the nebula. And possibly have it so that they're more irradiated depending on the nebula, and, you know, a whole bunch of different things they could do with nebulas.
It already has a particle effect when you're flying through space, but it looks fake.
Yeah.
Haven't found that space station either.
It is also possible that there is no space station. It's rare, but sometimes you have a station that's not a station.
Oh, found a drone, I think. Hey, drone. I'm not gonna shoot it. Unless he fires first. What the hell is he doing?
What?
He's just like flipping around. It's like he's like on drugs or something.
He don't know what to do.
He don't know what, he's just making loop-de-loops constantly. Flip, 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 flip. Confused, aren't you, little drone guy? I almost want to put him out of his misery. He's a plasma drone.
But he's a Xerax, so we don't want to do that. Not yet, anyway. Not until we get, at least until we get our big ship up and running.
And he's actually bigger than my ship. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Space drones are, the small planet drones are not, so.
Oh, he calmed down finally. Sort of. He's a level 2. Even if they are enemies, they still have a hard time trying to shoot. You have to purposely get in front of them for them to shoot you.
Unless they're the space laser.
Yeah, but they've gotten dumber over the past few upgrades of the game. Space drones.
Yeah, but I think they're working on the AIs for those as well.
Yeah, they probably started over, so that's probably why they're dumber.
I'm just waiting until they have AI small vessels so that you can have an all-out fight like in Star Wars.
Yeah. I played all those Star Wars games, like X-Wing, TIE Fighter, X-Wing versus TIE Fighter.
Oh, yeah.
I played the hell out of those games.
Me too. TIE Fighter was my favorite because they had the TIE, what was it, the TIE Advanced in there?
That was sweet.
And the TIE Defender was my favorite one. The one with the 3 wings.
Mm-hmm. Like inverted 3 wings, and also had a ion cannon too.
It had the 2 ion cannons and 4 laser cannons.
And that was the best thing, using those ion cannons to disable a giant capital ship.
Oh yeah. And then you've got the missile boat that's got 1 laser cannon, but a whole bunch of rockets and such.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, I would just go through the little training loop thing over and over and over, just playing, with
the tunnel thing, or
yeah,
I remember that.
Where you go through and you shoot the little target things, target buoys and such. Yeah. I found out that there are certain obstacles that you could actually blow up and you wouldn't have to go through again.
I think X-Wing had an obstacle course for their platforms you had to hit with gates.
Yeah,
but they also were armed. Some of them were armed. As you kept going higher and higher, they'd shoot back at you.
Right. And we played the heck out of X-Wing versus TIE Fighter. We'd have me, my dad, my brother all playing multiplayer on one team against AIs and doing harder and harder and harder missions.
I bought a Thrustmaster joystick for that game. Big, heavy, trophy-sized thing. It was huge.
Oh, yeah. Those are one of the games you definitely want to play with a joystick.
But I can't use that joystick anymore because it's the old game port. It's not USB. I heard there's a conversion kit you can make it work.
Yeah, but...
I wonder how much it's worth. I could probably sell it.
All right, I've almost got this one asteroid mined out.
Yep, I see you got one spot left here.
Have you found anything else besides those couple of asteroids?
I haven't found anything yet, just planets.
See, I'd love it if what they did is they had like a solar system playfield, which was just empty space. And then they had it so that you could just fly out of one playfield into the solar system playfield, heading towards the other planets, and then fly into those playfields, similar to like you do with the planet to space.
I wish they could do it like a No Man's Sky, where it's almost
seamless.
Oh yeah,
that'd
be so sweet.
Well, that's what they're planning on doing. What they're gonna do is like each solar system is gonna be like that, where you fly from planet to space to, to a larger playfield, then back into the orbital playfields, and then back to the planet. Like I was saying. But what they're going to do is they're going to have the same warp mechanic that they have to go from system to system, so that when you're in I think you'd have to be in a specific like area, like you may have to just be in the solar system and not in orbit to be able
to. You cut out.
Yep, I think that's all of the asteroid that we got.
Yeah, well, we got another one over here.
All right, where's that other asteroid? Zasteroid. There it is, 3 kilometers away. Let's see, right now we've got almost 1,500. So I think this asteroid will be good for to get the rest of it, and then we should be good. Let me see, how much total am I going to need for the Overlord? 3,000. So yeah, once we finish getting this one mined out, we'll have more than enough.
We should, yeah. I've wondered if this skybox that we're in if it's a photograph of space or if it's someone's rendering of it, like an artist did it.
I don't know. It'd be neat if eventually they get it so that every dot that you see as a star is actually another solar system.
Yeah.
And you can go, I want to head to that blue one, and just start flying that direction, take a warp, and then... Although sometimes, like, if you did that in real life, it wouldn't be that smart, because you'd probably be warping towards something that's a lot further away, but bigger than, or brighter than, other stars that are a lot closer.
Plus the gravitational field of other things around it might throw you off.
Right. But I mean, if you're using warp, you go in a straight line if you follow Star Trek logic, because it actually basically warps space so that gravity in real space doesn't affect you.
Right, you're taking a shortcut. It's similar to the idea of hyperspace, where you exit real space.
Hyperspace is basically like a subspace engine in Star Trek, where you actually enter a layer of subspace to move faster through real space.
But you're separated from all the physics of real space.
Right, which is like in subspace, it follows completely different physics. That's why in Star Trek, their transmissions are subspace transmissions, because instead of using like radio that goes at the speed of light, because they actually utilize subspace to send and receive communiques.
They've always said that subspace goes faster than warp 10.
Right, because subspace is basically a shortcut through space, like a wormhole.
Or subspace communications is faster than warp 10, not necessarily ships going through subspace.
Right. And that's sort of like what I did in my novel. In my novel, most of the faster than light travel is based around the creation of micro wormholes. And like faster than light travel, you create a wormhole that's very unstable, but what it does is it forms around you and around your, like, towards your destination, and it forms in front of the ship as you're traveling and collapses behind the ship, but it collapses like maybe 1 light year behind the ship, so that if you're going within a solar system, it forms and collapses at the entrance and destination at the same time. So if you actually warp to where something else is, it can get pulled backwards through the wormhole to your origin. And then the faster than light communication creates a very small wormhole that is super fast. And they call it a hyper jump drive is what it's called.
Yeah, because communication isn't, you're not moving physical objects, it's just...
Right.
Well, it's
so
it's
you
data.
you don't need as big a wormhole, and it can move a lot faster. And the speed at which you warp is all based on how fast the wormhole creates in front of you, in addition to your mass and everything else.
Would that be a wormhole?
So, like, and they've got a different, they've got I think 5 or 6 different levels of hyperspace, of hyperjump, depending on how fast you move through the wormhole. And then they've got effectively the 10th level is the level at which the communications would travel, which would be about 9,999 times the speed of light. But and so you could actually do two-way communications with those, because you can actually hold the small wormholes open for longer amounts of time.
Yeah, for two-way. Full duplex communication. I'm not finding anything out here.
But that's just what the main races in the in the local area of the galaxy use for faster than light travel, because basically humans obtained the ability to by copying one of the alien races that they found crashed on Earth, and the other ones in the area ran into those aliens. I forget exactly why I had it so that all the main races use this same technology. I think it was like a technology share program between the two major alien races in the area, and then humans obtained it from a third species that happened to use the same technology. And but I do plan on eventually introducing races with vastly different types of faster than light travel.
On Star Trek, it was, I think the Romulans use a singularity or a miniature black hole as their source of power.
Yeah, the Romulans use a miniature black hole as their power source, but they all still use the same basic warp technology.
Okay.
It's when you get into transwarp like the Borg use, where you actually create a subspace corridor and can travel through the artificial subspace corridor, that you get a different type of faster than light travel.
Oh, this thing seems to have a lot of Zascosium on it. Too bad it doesn't tell you how much there is.
This type and the type that I just mined out both have about 1,500, give or take.
Yeah, there's like 3 spots just on this side right here.
Yeah, it's like one of the types of asteroids has like 2,500, and then the other types have 1,500.
I think you can drill faster if you have the stationary ones that's like a weapon.
If you have more than one of them, yeah. But they have a lot closer range. They only have an 80-meter range. Whereas this drill turret has a whereas this drill turret has a 120. But yeah, if you attach 6 drill turrets and drill it, you can do it a lot, or drill stationary drills, you can do it a lot faster, just as if you had 6 of these going at one time in the same area. I still think they need to add some mining capability to small vessels. Even if they added like drill turrets or like the stationary drill guns that the hover vessels have, but have it so that they only function in space, that would be better than them not having anything.
I just wish I can deploy my drone from my cockpit.
Right? But that's why I created small vessels like the Humpback, where you can get at, like it's got a small interior area where you get in and out of the cockpit.
Yeah.
And
open
and
cockpit.
you can deploy your drone. And you can deploy your drone. Yeah. And you can deploy your drone out the back and stand inside the oxygenated area, and use your drone to mine with. Once we get back to the station, I want to go collect what we have in the auto miners and refresh their energy, and then get some Prometheus.
Yes. Do we need Pentaxid too?
We will. Yeah, we're down to I think like 20 Pentaxid, raw Pentaxid, because you use it for medicines and ammunition and stuff for the elemental Pentaxid. So we've got enough on the ship itself that we can actually warp back to the station, no problem. So
oh yeah, it's only 6, or actually 7 AUs. The small vessel can do that.
yeah.
Of course, none of our small vessels have a warp core except for the Andromeda.
The Andromeda Flyer, which is
Not
back
here.
at the station. But that's what I'm gonna like once we get the Overlord online, because we could then park the Overlord in an area with some warp accessible areas that the small vessel can go and explore, and then come back to that and then move. Eventually, I want to try to do a multiplayer with one of my custom systems, which has it's got between 25 and 50 non-planet systems, and then it's got between 1 and 5 of each different planet type, so that it's got a large variety of stuff, and it would take a while to go through. But I'd want to set it up so that it's a full multiplayer with, not just like the co-op type that we've been doing, but where lots of people are playing on it.
I found our friend again.
The derpy drone?
Yeah, he's dancing.
It's the derpy dancing drone!
Space drone. He's a space cadet. He must be listening to some really strong beats right now. He's seriously dancing. Doosh, 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 doosh. He's keeping perfect time.
Just start broadcasting rock and roll to all the drones. And
No, I think he's dancing to house music. That's what it sounds like. Or what it looks like, because he's moving so fast. Breakdancing drone. Those drones are really nimble. It's the same one. The other plasma drone.
yeah.
It's funny how the display on my screen says orbit 4,604 meters, but from what?
Right? Mine says 4,599.
Because it doesn't even say what planet you're near.
Okay, that's weird. I got out of my cockpit and fell out of the ship.
Uh-oh.
Hey, why is this painted? That is not supposed to be painted. All right.
Of course, if we need more Zascos, we usually leave the server running for like a half a day and come back here.
Yeah. But I don't think we're going to need more Zascosium in a while, for a long while.
That looks like the last spot of Zascosium on this asteroid, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't see any more. Coming into dock. Nope, removing.
Yep, I just gonna take one more look around. Yeah, I think I've gotten it all. Leveling out to make it easier. Hold on, I might have to come up and open the thing for you.
Okay. Where's your ship?
Still docked right here.
I don't see it.
It is right here.
Oh, now I see it. Okay. That's crazy.
That waypoint you saw out there may have been the waypoint for the docked small vessel, and it would be docked called the same as the capital vessel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like I see the IDK bullet way out there as well. It's weird. Set course for Rylea. And thrust. Warp power in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, we're home.
Setting course for Midway Station. Activating cruise drive.
Of course, you can just turn the engines off and drift there with the brake off.
You could, but then I wouldn't be able to use the RCSs.
No, you can. Just kill the engines, but not the RCS.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've got it set so I just flip a switch and it just turns everything off except for one RCS and the 2 back throttles. And
yeah.
I did the shift W to activate the cruise, but and with the shift W you can just turn off all the engines and everything, and you'll keep going.
Yeah, more thrusters just helps you accelerate quicker and brake quicker.
Right. Once you're going, you're good. So it would be interesting. Well, actually, it does, because if I only put one rear-facing, the small thruster on this, I'd have a max speed of like 20. Because you have to have enough thrust to move the weight of the ship a certain amount.
Right. It has to overcome the mass of the ship.
But once you have anything that can let you go at full speed, once you're going at full speed, you can cut back to smaller thrusters and keep going that speed. Midway Station, this is the IDK Bullet, requesting permission to dock.
The bullet has landed.
Docking complete. Flight systems deactivated. Gravity systems offline. Well, that was a successful run.
How long will it take to build the Overlord?
A while, because we still need to craft a whole lot, or to collect a whole lot of resources.
Oh, okay.
We need a whole bunch of sathium, a whole bunch of iron. Right now, without anything put in there, it says 29 hours and 43 minutes, but I'm hoping that'll be reduced to at least 5-10 hours at max.
Do you want to disassemble the bullet and throw it in there too?
No, I want to keep the bullet as a backup ship just in case something happens. Because you never know, we could be off doing, our own thing, and then we somehow run across something that just, takes out the Overlord, and we're going to want a backup ship to be able to go back and salvage. So,
would the bullet fit inside the Overlord if they could dock?
If I had larger hangars, yes, but not in its current iteration. I didn't even worry about it because you can't dock capital vessels in capital vessels.
Yeah.
Not yet, anyway. All right, transferring all the Zascosium. We have just under 3,000 Zascosium. Transferring to the Midway Station furnace.
But remember, that ore doubles as ingots.
Activating furnace.
So we should have plenty.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Transferring all... let's see.
Are they both
transferring
going?
The crushed stone? Yeah. Transferring crushed stone to main constructor inventory and to the medical processor. Where's the medical fridge? Yeah, so medical fridge and main constructor inventory.
This one in the back doesn't seem to be going. The furnace.
It should be.
They're both on. I just don't see anything in its construction queue. Oh, now they're both off. That's kind of weird.
No, they're both on. If you come over on this side, you'll see that they're both lit up, and they're both linked to the same boxes and everything.
Yeah, I see that.
And the way I usually tell, I don't even bother coming down here. If you come up to the hangar level and just check, if you look in the raw ores box and then go out and in, you'll see it going down. It goes down 10 at a time per furnace. And so it went from 80 to 60, then it'll go to 40, which means that they're both working.
Yep, okay.
Hangar doors closing. I'm going ahead and repairing my drill because it was damaged. The handheld drill, integrity was going down.
Mine's about half right now, my drill.
We've got a third of the ore already processed.
Oh, this ship is another faction too.
Really?
Yeah, the old ship that we were flying earlier, the one in Bay 5.
That's odd. Because I've changed that one several times back to the IDK faction.
Okay, we've been recording for like an hour now. Okay, well, we've been recording for about an hour, over an hour.
Yeah, I think a lot of that was looking and mining and all, but yeah, we can go ahead and end it here. So that's going to be it for this episode. Ow.
Ow, that looked painful.
I hope everybody enjoyed the episode. If you did, hit the like button for us. And if you want to see more Empyrion Galactic Survival, subscribe to Covenant of Honest, Fractal, and Know It All DM. I'm Know It All DM.
And I'm Fraggalot. I'm still cracking up from that headbang.
And as always, y'all have a good day now.